welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And the Kings preparing for this road contest as they get off the bus. Welcome aboard, everybody. This is Wednesday Night Basketball of the NBA on 2K Sports. With Brent Barry and Greg Anthony, this is Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge will be joining us on the sideline as well. Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. We've got Santi Aldama. Morant is out there with Reynolds. Then it's Walton. And it's Kessler in at the 5. And for the Timberwolves, Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Murray out there with Keefe. And it's prime time in at point guard. And here we are in the knockout round of the NBA Cup. It's the Western Conference quarterfinals.
And this should be a playoff-like atmosphere. I wouldn't be surprised to see the coaches play with some matchups and even shorten their rotation.
So the Timberwolves win the tip. Here's the 3. Traps in the tray.
And drawing first blood, you know coach likes that momentum out of the gate.
Well, for us, it'll be interesting. Can they keep that kind of pace up all game long?
Here's Kessler. Kicks it to Walton. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Over to the left wing. Shoots over McDaniel. That one off the back iron and out. And so Edwards will bring it up for Minnesota. It's a 3-point game, and the call will be against primetime. That's his first foul.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
Here's Morant. What a tremendous game he played against Houston. It's stolen by Edwards. Inside, here's Keefe. Banked in off the glass.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
That one goes in.
Morant using that quickness to his advantage. That time he gets that one to fall.
Prime time, the pass to Murray. Prime time's shot is good. Prime time's got 5 points so far.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What do you got for us, DA?
Thanks very much. I spoke briefly with Chris Finch. Of course, John Morant's name first and foremost, so I asked him about the strategy. He said try to plug every defensive hole we see. I know if we give Morant any space, he'll try and slice right through us, so we can't have any cracks in the armor. A tall order for the defense against the unstoppable Morant. Back to you.
Okay, David, thanks. And Sacramento has possession. After the missed 3 from primetime.
He's so good at getting to the rim. Maybe tries to get a little bit too cute with that one. I thought he'd lay it straight up and in.
Now here's Edwards. What a tremendous game he played against the Clippers. Here's primetime. No good on the 3. The Kings trail by 5. Morant with a wide open look. Sacramento again missing.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Here's primetime. Last time out he had 38 points. Just 5 to shoot. He dishes it to Edwards. And off there, he misses his first shot of the night. Here's Reynolds. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. That free throw, no good. He hits the second from the line. Minnesota leading by 4. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Here's Primetime. Drains the three-pointer. Primetime's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for Minnesota.
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
Reynolds passes to Aldama. Pass for Reynolds. 5 on the clock. Rejected by Murray. It's Edwards on the wing. Gets the jumper from the corner to fall.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Morant kicks to Walton. Sacramento again missing. And here are the Timberwolves. They're on a 12-3 run. Primetime, the pass to Murray. Out to Edwards. Here's Primetime, guarded by Morant. Primetime, the pass to Edwards. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. The Kings trail by 9. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
They're getting cold in here. This is a tough one. Crucial that he starts to work a little harder for a higher percentage shot.
The 10-footer connects, the jumper drops.
Defensively, they've got to pick up the intensity. Hard to win surrendering this high a field goal percentage.
Here's Morant. Can't cash in from close range.
Just cannot get anything to go. If there's going to be a way to get out of this hole, I don't think he'll be the one to do it.
Murray, the pass to Primetime. Shoots over Aldama, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
So the Kings call timeout, they're first. And a few teams so far, Brent, with a surprisingly rough start to the season.
Well, this is really where the staff gets tested, Kevin. You know that your team has been put together for specific reasons. Those reasons aren't yet playing out. So coaching staffs have to keep these players confident. They have to keep them working on the ultimate goal to improve things. And at some point, given an 82-game schedule, there could be a breakthrough and the team can get very high.
Minnesota leading by 6. On the court for Sacramento. Santi Aldama is out there with Walker Kessler. Then it's Walton. Then it's Reynolds. And it's Morant in at the point.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
To the middle. Happy to see that one go in. He's shooting 4 for 10 with that basket.
Well, he takes care of salvaging that possession for the offense by getting on the offensive glass.
Passes it to Wingate. He can't get it to go.
And the effort never stops with him. No easy shots when he's on the floor.
Well, it's about the defensive end, and that's what guys feed off. He gives the effort down there at all times.
Reynolds passes to Morant. That 3 off the mark. Minnesota's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. And there's the pass to Keith. Here's Primetime. To the inside, Wingate. Great pass to set up the lay-in.
Really heads up there. A play where you locate the best open pass and then you get it there for an easy bucket.
Morant, that's for 2. Morant with another miss.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Here's Keith. Lays it up and in off the pretty assist. And it's a 10-point Minnesota lead.
those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Here's Reynolds. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. They've led by as many as 14 points. They traveled to Sacramento last time they faced the Kings and came away with a win.
And they cruised to a big win in their last meeting, getting that opposing starting lineup out of the game early with foul trouble.
And let's see if they bring that same attacking mindset with them into this game. They should. It worked like a charm last time, getting so many guys into foul trouble.
Unwilling to let up, even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
And it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Pass to Aldama. It's Morant in the corner. Drills the three-pointer. Morant's got 5 points now this quarter.
And you look at how ready Morant was for that. He was on his spot, feet planted, ready to fire.
Here's Primetime, guarded by Morant. Primetime's shot is good. Primetime's got 12.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
Here's Morant, and Morant throws it down.
We all know Ja's capability to fill it up, and he is showing it here tonight.
Down low. Here's Primetime, guarded by Morant. Lets the three fly. That doesn't go, but he's 5 for 11.
Well, after getting off to a great start, hitting those first two shots, he's definitely regressed a little bit in this quarter.
And getting going here in the second quarter, his second three-pointer of the game.
So the Timberwolves called their first timeout. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking, but they just got down to business and never let up.
Impressive to see them on the road just step up and have that kind of offensive performance.
And now, in the first half of December, more games under our belt. The power rankings starting to take shape. You take a look at the Kings. They couldn't hold their position this week, but remain in the top 10.
And when you look at the Timberwolves, they're rolling, and we expected that. Lots of talent. The chemistry is there, and so is the unrivaled production.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin. Well, Primetime in the last game against the Clippers was phenomenal. He dropped in 38 points, and what a game it was, posting a triple-double. He put on a show. That stat line was really unbelievable. It's something you really had to see to appreciate. Back to you guys.
Yeah, David, he was in attack mode all night long. GA really propelled them to that win.
When he's on, he is on, and there isn't all that much you can do to stop him.
Sometimes you can just look at a guy and you see the confidence that he's playing with. That's what I like best.
Here's Morant, and finished off by Morant.
And the agility, the hops, Morant just explodes off the floor.
Here's Primetime, guarded by Morant, and he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. It feels like every season, Brent, we set a record for pace in the NBA. Why do you think that is?
Well, I don't know, Kevin, if it's every team that's seeking pace, although in every coach's press conference you'll hear about them talking about playing faster and wanting to get out in transition. But that's where you take advantages of defenses most. Look, if you got a young team, open up the floodgates and let them run. Probably more success coming your way.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Nemhard's checked in. Here's Reynolds, guarded by Keith. Count that one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut down now to just 11 on the bucket from Reynolds. Here's Primetime. He's got 15. Buries it from 3-point range. Primetime's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Timberwolves. Morant looking around. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And Greg, everyone loves talking trades. Future first-round picks have been moved quite a bit of late, and that's been kind of interesting.
And, Kevin, a lot of teams that don't control any of their future first-round picks. With so much pressure to win now, GMs are willing to use draft assets.
Primetime, the pass to Wingate. Misses from short range.
Man, I thought he was making that in so close. That's some aggressive defense.
Here's Reynolds. Emard covering.
And that's foul number 2. Maybe you don't sit him at this point, but you really have to be careful to not pick up another beforehand.
Murray's checked in for Minnesota. And the Kings also making a change. Walsh is checked in. Sacramento moving it around. Pass to Reynolds. 5 to shoot. Primetime grabs the board. Primetime's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
Yeah, feels like Christmas right now, just gift wrapping points.
Kessler passes to Morant. Rejected by Murray. The feed to McDaniels. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
I'll tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Minnesota. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. Their work from beyond the arc has been to highlight a lot of threes, finding the bottom of the bucket. And we'll be right back after this. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. Guys, Ja Morant has been sensational.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniels. Keefe is out there with Murray, and it's prime time and at the 1. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
And unbothered by the contact inside, Edwards plays the game with so much physicality.
Here's Reynolds. Edwards defending. Morant outside. Off target from outside.
Well, the D doesn't seem to be too worried about him from three-point range, and he shows us why still. I expect him to make one of those.
They are just killing him on the interior.
And for those of you tuning in, we're about a minute into the second half.
They have yet to hit a shot, a real slow start here in the second half.
Here's Edwards, and he banks in the layup. Edwards got 4 this quarter.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
The Kings trail by 20. Here's Reynolds. He's certainly been a consistent piece of their offense, averaging about 14.5 points a game. Aldama nailed from three-point land.
It does so much out there to stretch out the defense when he's out on the perimeter, and he drains the triple.
Murray kicks to McDaniels. Here's Primetime. 18 points for him. Minnesota needs to get off a shot here. Sacramento grabs the miss.
Yeah, just the first miss of the half there. They have to be happy. 3 of 4 to start it off.
Here's Morant. The kick out to Walton. From past the arc, another three for Sacramento.
Just a little confusion among the D as to who was supposed to be on it.
To the paint. Edwards, good. Edwards got 19 points.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pass to Aldama. Here's Reynolds. And again, it's Sacramento converting.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
Out to the wing. The pass to Primetime. That's a basket. His 8th from the field, 8 of 14.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Timeout called by the Kings.
Yeah, his shot is just not there tonight, guys. And instead of trying to shoot himself out of the slump, maybe he needs to start moving the ball around and creating for his teammates.
And a look now at a few years' worth of data. Some of the assist numbers under the microscope for him.
And the improvement he's shown as a passer is really noticeable. He's developed a much better understanding of how to spread the basketball around and how to keep the offense clicking. And he's a much better player because of it.
Reynolds passes to Aldama. Primetime grabs the board. Primetime's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Murray, the pass to Primetime. Trying to find Murray, and he gets it to him. Battles through traffic and lays it in. Murray's got 7.
Oh, they own the interior right now. 10 straight points coming from inside.
Pass to Aldama. McDaniels against Walton. Out to Morant. And another shot. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Morant's got 23.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Seems to be nobody standing in his way. No roadblocks for him to get to his spot, capitalize, and continue to be aggressive.
Here's Primetime, guarded by Morant. It's Edwards on the wing. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Walton, the pass to Reynolds. Pass to Aldama. Walton against Keith. Those three-pointers off the mark. Timberwolves leading by 16. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, Commissioner Silver has been direct. The NBA is hoping for more competitive All-Star games. Now, they've said as much before, but last year's high-scoring All-Star game did precede the league's not-so-subtle move to cut down on foul calls and allow for more defense overall. They are trying to get it right. Kevin?
And it couldn't be a great game without defense, so we like the direction. DA, thank you. Here's Morant. Uses the glass to finish the layup. 25 points in the game.
Just as quick as anyone in this league, Morant can seemingly get to the hole at will.
Here's Edwards. And another assist for him.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Morant outside. And then Morant slams it in.
My goodness, that was absolutely filthy.
Oh, nasty. This building is stunned. He dug deep, Greg, into his bag of tricks there. Awesome display of athleticism captured by our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Off target with his three.
Yeah, the defense there in chill mode. We all know he can burn them from three-point range.
Here's Primetime, defended by Aldama. Here's Primetime, and it's blocked. That'll be Minnesota as it goes out of bounds. Timberwolves retain possession. Some changes for Minnesota. Walton comes in for Murray. And Andrew Nemhard's subbed in for Edwards. And a change for Sacramento. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Walker Kessler. Reynolds passes to Walton. No good from outside. Timberwolves leading by 16. To the middle. Passes to Nemhard. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Here's Primetime. The three-pointer is right on target. Primetime's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, if he's hitting shots from there, he becomes so much more dangerous.
Here's Morant. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Primetime's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Now the pass to Keefe. Here's Walton. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
And Morant gets it to go.
Well, if Robinson starts making plays and passes, it's going to give the opponent something else to think about.
Primetime, the pass to Keefe. Here's Primetime. To the left wing. Here's McDaniels. No good on the triple. And so Morant will bring it up for Sacramento. Trailing by 19. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Fourth personal foul.
And it's hard to pick a more electrifying player in the league than Ja Morant. He explodes off the floor.
And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Timberwolves.
They bullied the defense here in the paint. Look at all of those buckets inside. Just hard to defend in the paint.
Well, the three-point shot has been absolutely huge for them this entire game. And let's be honest, you have to knock down
On the floor for Sacramento, they've got Bones Highland. Santi Aldama is out there with Walton. Then there's Walker Kessler. And it's Carter in at the two-guard spot. Primetime, the pass to Murray. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
You too. That's a jump ball.
So it's the Timberwolves now. Carter looking around.
Hey, yo, right here.
Lays it up and banks it in. Timberwolves leading by 13. Inside. It's Edwards on the wing. Here's Primetime. He's defended by Highland.
and kind of par for the course here, right? Coming through with a solid offensive game to help them get this lead.
Pass to Carter. Here he goes. 8 feet away. Minnesota with the rebound. Keefe's got his 6th rebound on the night. Here's Primetime. Drills it from outside. Primetime's got 5 points now in the quarter.
D has been just completely helpless and turned around. He's so dangerous when he's in this kind of rhythm.
Here's Highland. Primetime grabs the board. Primetime's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Down low, it's deflected. Stolen by Kessler. Now Highland. Keefe grabs the miss. Keefe's got 7 rebounds in the game.
Well, his poor shooting is a big reason that they're staring at this deficit right now. He needs to get on track if they're going to find a way to win.
Highland passes to Kessler. He kicks to Carter. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Timberwolves leading by 20. Feeds it to Murray. Here is Keith, defended by Aldama. 6 to shoot. It's Edwards on the wing. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
I mean, this team is just dangerous. Right now, every shot that they're putting up feels like it's going in.
Timeout called by the Kings. An idea of voter fatigue, Greg. You feel voters get tired of the same guy winning every single season?
Yeah, I think they do, Kevin. And it's a shame because, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years down the line, those players looking back at the statistics from any given season deserve to be the MVP or all defense. And I hope that maybe that atrophy doesn't take place this year.
Murray, no good. The Kings have gone just 1 of 6 in the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. And it's good for 2.
And with those points, he puts an end to that 10-0 run by the Timberwolves.
Here's primetime. He's defended by Highland. Lets it go from 11, and Walton sends it back. From 12 feet out, and McDaniels with the block. And he recovers it. Here's Kessler. Rebound by Murray. Murray's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's primetime, and there it is for him. Primetime's got 30.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Here's Reynolds. The rebound by the Timberwolves. To the inside, Murray. And it's Murray with the jam.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
Nice to play with a point guard that takes pride in playmaking. It makes you move around just a little bit faster to get open spots.
Here's Reynolds. Great D that time from Edwards. Now the Timberwolves with it. They're on a 14-2 run here.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Coaching staff probably most proud of the effort of this team on both ends of the floor here tonight.
Highland with it. Second shot opportunity. Off on the layup.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Here's Murray. And again, another assist. And that's his 20th assist. Wow.
Just doing a great job at orchestrating the offense.
Now Highland. Here's Kessler. And Kessler throws it down.
That's what he gives you, a big-time presence on the glass.
And you know what, Greg? Once he gets his hands on it, he's not even thinking about kicking it out.
Oh, his competitiveness right now is why the teammates love him.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Knocked loose. And now Minnesota on the fast break. Pass to primetime. Shoots the 3. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
And here is Walton. Rebound by Murray. Inside. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Passes it to Aldama. Back to Highland. Every team eventually goes through a coaching change, Brent, and how jarring is that when it happens, for instance, in midseason?
Well, Kevin, it can be pretty devastating for some teams, but for other teams, that change could be refreshing. And a lot of times, if the coach has had a longer tenure with the team, you can feel like a fish out of water with a new voice coming in.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
The three. Offensive rebound. And it's blocked. Minnesota's gotten off to a great start from three-point range in the final quarter. They're a perfect 3 of 3. Keith missing. Here's Sacramento. Down low. Stolen by McDaniels. Another possession, another assist.
Another possession, another assist.
You know, Greg, he's sharing the ball well, hitting his guys in their spots. McDaniels against Walton. The rebound by the Timberwolves. McDaniels got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Primetime. Walton defending. Primetime. And it's off from three-point range. And so it's Highland who brings the ball up for the Kings. Now here's Walton. And the pass to Kessler. Looking to end his cold spell. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's on Jaden McDaniels.
Wow, he got whacked on that, which shouldn't be much debate there.
Brent, we know that the NBA can be compared to any league in the world, and it is regarded as the best. But as someone who has won titles like you have, is it world champs, or should we just leave it at NBA champs? So it's Minnesota winning this one easy. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home, no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. And we'll see you next time.